Testing. Okay. And then I think I'm pretty. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. That shit about doing all the ones I was thinking of. And there's such a thing as sort of, like going past your limit or whatever. Anyway, um, a few days ago I had the opportunity to record something, and so, who knows? I'd like to try it again. And for Drew, this is sort of my take, sort of how I envision the piece. I don't know if about the anyway. And I'm not even sure this is a song, but it speaks to me like a song. A few. I don't know how long ago I've been getting more and more confused about what time spans and shit. But a while back, so probably months ago. If I refer to it as a while back, it's probably months ago. So months ago, I began thinking of how, like, as an atheist, I don't have any myths to draw on. And one of the things I think that the religious people, no matter what persuasion you're from, one of the really, and I wonder to myself, does this go through their head? But it seems like it might. That in times of need or times of spiritual wondering or just when they find themselves questioning themselves in reality and life in general, they draw upon their mythos. And as I have no mythos to speak of, having gone to church for a couple of days and other times later, I have no real mythos to speak of. I draw upon my personal experience as that mythos, and so like there have been images or ideas or stories I heard, like say Alexander the Great and his horse, which actually I have told people. There's another story that very few people know. And if I were to take the sum total top 10 list of all the best images I've ever drawn from, so to speak, are the ones I have always found the most spiritually sustaining and empowering. It had, beyond a shadow of a doubt, to the tune of the great majority, this particular experience I had defines to a great degree many of the others, and it's if you take 10 as a list, there's some other highlights that other people know about, like singing "Man of La Mancha" on my bed at 5 years old to my mom. I mean, that was a defining, pivotal moment in my life, where I, with great zest, decided to take on the impossible dream as a quest in life. And I think much of, if one were to go back and look at many of the relationships I've had and how I've pursued those relationships, I think they're often defined by that mythos. But this other one, this experience, happened when I was about 11 or 12, and I've been trying to figure out exactly when it happened. But it goes something sort of like this. A long time ago, when I was but a boy, I went to see about picking up my brother. And so I walked across the fields of Sharpstown. And as I passed the minor league field, there in the road at my feet, not 10 or 15 feet from Michael's right field, was a puddle, a pothole, probably or perhaps, in which on a hot Texas spring day, tadpoles had begun growing. I could see their tails in the heat. I touched the ground on both sides. How could they survive? How can any of us survive? Knowing as I do, if not having pursued moments such as these, I brushed aside the school that had collected, found one, don't know his name, and cupped him into my hands, and wondered, as best I could, I wished him well. Might you lose your tail before the sun dries up your world? I'm not sure these days if I ever went any further, but somehow I walked on, picked Michael up, came home, dreaming of tadpoles in a pothole, dreaming. Are we not all but tadpoles in a pothole?